again with you all present with a new topic, non-finites. As you can see written here, this is non-finites. Non-finites means the non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. What are non-finite verbs? Basically the verbs which there are two types of verbs, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. As a rule, a sentence can hold only one finite verb in it. Not more than one finite verb can be there in a sentence. Therefore, rest of the verbs, if there are, they will be only non-finite verbs. There are several other basic differences between non-finite verbs and finite verbs. Very first difference between finite verb and non-finite verb is that non-finite verb does not change according to the change of the tense of a sentence, whereas finite verb changes with the change of tense of the sentence. Second thing is there, non-finite verbs do not change with the change of number or gender of the subject, whereas finite verbs changes with the change of number and gender of the sentences. So let us begin with non-finite verbs. Let us see with some of the examples what are non-finite verbs. See these four sentences to make it clear what are finite verbs and what are non-finite verbs. So these four sentences are like this. Number one, I want to meet him. Number two, he loves acting. Number three, barking dogs seldom bite. And number four, I got the room dusted. In all these four sentences, you can notice there are two verbs used in each of the sentences. For example, if I take the first sentence, I want is the one of the verbs, and second is meet. In the same way, in second sentence, he loves acting, loves and acting, there are two verbs. Third sentence, barking dogs seldom bite. So barking is one of the verbs and bite is another verb. Number four, I got the room dusted. Got is one of the verbs and dusted is the second verb used in this sentence number four. Now what is the difference? I want to meet him. So want is acting as a finite verb, because if we see for this subject which verb acts as a main verb, this is want. I want. What I want, then we are getting the answer to meet him. So want, this is how acting as a main verb. Main verb, this means this is finite verb. What kind of verb is it? This is finite verb. And the same way I had told, one sentence cannot hold two verbs together, two finite verbs together. That is why to meet, not only meet, to meet becomes non-finite. This verb becomes non-finite for this statement. In the same way, he loves. Loves is the main verb acting for the subject he. That's why it is finite verb. And the second verb that leaves out, this is acting. Acting is non-finite verb. Acting is non-finite. Okay. The same way, barking dogs seldom bite. Now subject is your dogs. Here in the sentence, subject is dogs. And what action do they perform? Bite is the main verb for them. What do the dogs do? They bite. What kind of dogs? It is written barking dogs. But barking is not the action that dogs basically perform according to the sentence. Dogs perform the action of biting. This is finite verb. And because this shows what kind of dogs, although it is a verb, but it is not the main verb of the sentence, so it is non-finite verb. What kind of verb is it? This is non-finite. The same way, I got the room dusted. I got is the main verb for it. And what was got? That was the room. What kind of room? That was dusted. Dusted is the adjective for the room, for the word room, whereas got it is the main verb for this statement, I got the room dusted. So main verb, this means finite, and the second verb dusted is non-finite. So this is how you can see the main verb that, or the verb that functions as the main verb of the sentence, it is called finite verb, whereas the next verb or another verb, one or two or three, whatever number of verbs have been used in the sentence, they function as non-finite verb, because I had told you a sentence can hold only one finite verb, whereas it can hold more than one non-finite verb. So with these examples, I think you must have understood the difference between finite and non-finite verb. It is going to be very easy for you to differentiate between the verbs, which one is the finite verb and which one is non-finite verbs. Now you must understand how many types of non-finites are there. So there are three kinds of non-finites. Let us see what are the three kinds of non-finites. First kind of non-finite is infinitive. Infinitive. Infinitive is the first kind of non-finite. Number two is gerund. Gerund. And third is participle. And further, participle can be divided into two more parts. What are two more parts? One is present participle, and second is past participle. So there are further two parts of participles. One is present participle and second is past participle. So how will you identify which one is infinitive, which one is gerund, and which one is participle? First of all, infinitive work as noun in a sentence, gerund work as noun in a sentence, whereas participles, either present participle or past participle, both of them work as adjective in a sentence. So this is the basic difference. They function as adjective in a sentence, whereas infinitive and gerund, they function as nouns in a sentence. Next to it, what is the structure of infinitives and infinitives? Infinitives are basically in the form of to plus main verb. Main verb means that you call first form of verb. So infinitive are to plus main verb, whereas gerund are verb plus ing in it. Verb in ing form, like reading, running, barking. Whereas participle, there are two types of participle, present participle and past participle. Present participle is in the same way as gerunds are, means verb with ing. So this is going to be very interesting. How will you make it out which one is gerund and which one is participle? And whereas past participle is the third form of verb. Third form of verb is past participle, but be sure this third form of verb must function as adjective in a sentence, then only it will be considered as participle. But if it is working as main verb, it will be considered as finite verb, not past participle. So here interesting thing is, how will you make it out which one is gerund and which one is present participle? Let us try to understand with some of the examples. How will you make it out gerund and participle? Let's have a look on these four sentences which are written before us to make it out which one non-finite is gerund and which another is present participle or past participle. We are going to find it out. I don't like shouting. This is the first sentence. In first sentence you can see I don't like. Like is the main verb. This is finite verb, but shouting is non-finite verb. Just ask us a very simple question to find out whether it is noun or not. So that simple question is, ask a question I don't like, and after this one ask what. I don't like what. So you will find the answer. I don't like what? Shouting. If you are getting the answer of what, it is going to be noun. And if it is noun, this is surely gerund. Because I have told you gerund functions as noun, whereas participle functions as adjective. In the second sentence you can see the same word is shouting here. Stop that shouting man. Ask the same question again here. Stop that what. So here we are not getting the answer of what. If you ask stop, to whom? So still we are getting the answer of man. But what kind of man? That is shouting man. So we are getting the answer of what kind of this noun. So the answer of what kind comes under adjective. So this is an adjective. If this is an adjective, not noun, so surely this is not gerund. So if it is not gerund and it is non-finite, it is going to be present participle. So this is present participle. So this is very basic difference, and this is very simple trick how you can find out whether it is noun or adjective. To find out whether it is a noun, you may ask the question what. I don't like what, that is shouting. Stop that shouting man. What kind of man? Shouting man. So what kind of? This is an adjective. The same way you may find it out like number 3. Broken pen doesn't write good. Subject is pen, and what does the pen not do? This is write. The write is the main verb, that is finite verb. Another verb remains here, that is broken. This is third form of verb. And if we see the structure, or if we correlate this word with pen, you will find what kind of pen. So if you are getting what kind of this noun, surely this is an adjective. But here you can see this is an adjective, this was an adjective, but difference is this was an ing form, whereas this new word is in the third form of verb. But because it is an adjective, this was an adjective, both are going to be participle, ing form, present participle, whereas third form of verb, it is past participle. So this is past participle. So no, there should not be any problem to find out which one is present participle and which another is past participle. Past participle is always in the third form of verb. You have broken my pen. Broken again is a word. So this is past participle, although it is not answering the question what kind of. But you have. Have is the main verb. Main finite verb is have. Any helping verb, if it has been used in a statement, so that helping verb will function as finite verb, and after that whatever verb will appear, it will be a non-finite verb. So this is in third form. So this is again a past participle. So third form of verb is past participle. So this is how you can see there are gerund, present participle and past participle have been used in these. Let us take the look at these three sentences to find out what infinitives are. I want to help her, let the boy play, help him lift the load. So these three sentences you can find. I want is the finite verb, to help. If you find this one, to help, to plus main form of verb help, it makes an infinitive. So this is an infinitive. In here, let the boy play. So play is non-finite verb, but in this sentence you can see there is not such kind of structure used in this non-finite verb infinitive to plus first form of verb. So in such situation, this infinitive is called bare infinitive, where we do not have the structure of to plus first form of verb, only first form of verb is used without to. This is called bare infinitive. The second thing is help him lift the load. Lift is non-finite verb infinitive in the same category, bare infinitive. Bare infinitive. So this is again bare infinitive. So infinitives are used in two ways. One with to plus first form of verb, and second way only first form of verb. When do we use bare infinitives? So we use bare infinitives when there is a use of feel, hear, help, let, make, see, watch as the finite verb in the sentences. Or other than these verbs, if there is the use of any helping verb, like any modal auxiliaries, with all modal auxiliaries like can, could, should, will, shall, these are modal auxiliaries. After these modal auxiliaries only first form of verb is used, they are also used as bare infinitive. Okay, so this is how you can see infinitives are of two types, infinitives and bare infinitives. Infinitives when there is the use of to plus first form of verb, this is called infinitive, whereas without to first form of verb is used as non-finite, this will be considered as bare infinitive, and bare infinitive will be used again after, again I am telling, after these verbs feel, hear, help, let, make, see, watch, and after all the modal auxiliaries we use bare infinitive. So thank you very much for being with us to understand non-finite, and I hope all of you must have understood the difference between gerund, infinitives and participles. There are two kinds of participles, present participle and past participle. Present participle and gerund may create a little difficulty for you, but don't be confused. I have told you how to make out which one is noun and how to make out which one is adjective. So don't be confused at all to find an adjective and a noun. If there is noun, it will be what it will be, just say it, it will be gerund. And if it is an adjective, what will it be? Tell me. It will be present participle, of course. So this is how non-finites are going to be very easy for all of you. Thank you very much. And one request at the end of the video, at the end of the session on non-finites, if you feel everything has been explained to you in a well-mannered and you have understood, it is going to help you identify between infinitives, gerunds, present participles and past participles. So it is my humble request to keep subscribing my channel, keep liking my videos and keep sharing with your friends. Thank you very much. Keep watching and keep supporting me.